Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Wednesday, the 20th of December. Work on India's first undersea tunnel for bullet train gathers pace in Mumbai city. High Court restrains accountability court from proceedings against Pakistan's former finance minister. And Afghanistan welcomes US President Trump's new security strategy. And now for all the details. Authorities in Indian capital New Delhi on Wednesday conducted a trial run of anti-smog gun as they looked at ways to combat the pollution in the region. New Delhi and other northern areas in India every year get enveloped with toxic smog when farmers burn the stubble of the previous crop to prepare for new plantings.
Authorities in Indian capital New Delhi on Wednesday conducted a trial run of anti-smog gun in one of its most polluted areas as they look at ways to combat the pollution crisis in the region. Anti-smog gun is a machine that sprays atomized water into the air and is expected to bring down pollution levels. Shaped like a hairdryer and mounted on a flatbed truck, the anti-smog gun was tested in Anand Vihar area of the capital.
आनंद विहार बस अड्डे पे कराया जा रहा है इसका ट्रायल रन, क्योंकि हम लोग बैठते हैं, मीटिंग्स होती हैं काफ़ी, तो उसके अंदर ये बात निकल के आती है अगर मिस्ट ऊपर से डालेंगे या पानी डालेंगे या बारिश होगी तो जो पर्टिकुलेट मैटर्स होते हैं PM 2.5, PM 10 और दूसरे जो पॉल्यूशन वो होते हैं तो वो इससे खत्म हो जाते हैं, बैठ जाते हैं नीचे.
According to a US embassy measure, there was an improvement over last week in New Delhi's pollution levels. Burning of stubble of the previous crop to prepare for new plantings by farmers, industrial pollution, vehicle exhaust and dust envelop northern India including New Delhi every year. And as winter approaches, wind speeds drop, which contribute more to the hazardous smog in northern India.
The work for India's first undersea tunnel for Prime Minister Modi's ambitious bullet train project is in full swing in Mumbai city. The bullet train project, when completed, would be a 311-mile-long high-speed rail link between financial hub Mumbai and industrial city of Ahmedabad in western Gujarat province.
The work on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ambitious bullet train project is in full swing and is expected to be completed by 2022, officials said on Tuesday. The legwork for the country's first undersea tunnel, which will be part of the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train corridor, began on Tuesday. Officials from India and Japan are venturing daily into the Thane Creek, which lies near Mumbai city, to get data on the seabed based on geotechnical surveys. They will later design the precise alignment for the tunnel, a senior official of India's National High Speed Rail Corporation Limited or NHSRCL said.
We are targeting and we are trying to complete the project on 15th August 2022. That is the mandate given to us. So we are working towards this target. And as far as this tunnel is concerned, we are trying that the tunnel works start next year. And this also gets completed in time by end of 2021 or so.
The whole project, when completed, would be a 311-mile-long high-speed rail link between the financial hub of Mumbai and the industrial city of Ahmedabad in western Gujarat province. Japan is providing 81% of the funding for the $16.9 billion project through a 50-year loan at 0.1% annual interest. Tokyo hopes that by gaining a head start on rival exporters of rail technology such as China and Germany, its companies will be able to dominate business in one of the most promising markets for high-speed rail equipment.
In news from Pakistan, the Islamabad High Court or IHC on Wednesday barred the Accountability Court from proceedings against Pakistan's former finance minister Ishaq Dar till January 17th in a corruption case. A two-member IHC bench granted stay on proceedings while hearing a petition by Dar against the Accountability Court's order declaring him a proclaimed offender in the case. The Accountability Court had earlier this month also issued non-bailable arrest warrants against Dar, who is presently in London owing to health issues. Earlier on Tuesday, the IHC granted a 24-hour stay on the Accountability Court's judgment to confiscate property of Dar's guarantor. In news from Afghanistan, the Afghan presidential palace on Tuesday welcomed the new U.S. national security strategy. It said the new strategy is in line with U.S. and Afghanistan's shared objectives against terrorism and to strengthen peace in the region through diplomatic means.
The Afghan presidential palace on Tuesday welcomed US President Donald Trump's new national security strategy, which it said affirms the enduring US-Afghanistan strategic partnership. In a statement, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani's office said, "The national security strategy is a cornerstone upon which shared efforts to defeat terrorism and bring stability to Afghanistan are built." US President Donald Trump, while unveiling the new national security strategy on Monday, called on Pakistan to take decisive action against terrorist groups operating on its territory.
And we have made clear to Pakistan that while we desire continued partnership, we must see decisive action against terrorist groups operating on their territory. And we make massive payments every year to Pakistan. They have to help.
In reference to Pakistan's support for elements of the Taliban, the strategy says no partnership can survive a country's support for militants that target a partner's own service members and officials.
Bangladesh and Myanmar on Tuesday agreed on establishing a bilateral group to oversee the voluntary repatriation of more than 600,000 Rohingyas who have fled to Bangladesh escaping violence in Myanmar. The joint working group is expected to start the repatriation process by January 23rd.
Bangladesh and Myanmar on Tuesday formed a joint working group or JWG to oversee the voluntary repatriation of Rohingyas who have fled to Bangladesh escaping violence in Myanmar since August. The foreign ministry officials of both the countries approved the joint working group in Bangladeshi capital Dhaka. On November 23rd, Bangladesh and Myanmar had both agreed to begin the repatriation process by January 23rd. According to the deal, Myanmar has agreed to take necessary measures to halt the outflow of Rohingyas to Bangladesh, restore normalcy and encourage those who had left to return. The agreement covers refugees who escaped violence in Rakhine province from October 2016 to August 2017.
And moving on to news from Nepal, Nepal's President Vidya Devi Bhandari on Wednesday urged the leaders of Left Alliance to resolve the standoff over ordinance on the National Assembly election through political consensus. Political parties, including the ruling Nepali Congress, are having differences over some provisions of electing the National Assembly in Nepal.
Nepal's President Vidya Devi Bhandari on Wednesday urged the Left Alliance leaders KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal to resolve the standoff over ordinance on the National Assembly election through political consensus. President Bhandari made the appeal during a meeting with the chiefs of CPN-UML and CPN-Maoist Centre held at President's residence. She told the leaders that no alteration can be done in the constitution, hence they should resolve the issue through discussions. During the meeting, Oli and Dahal reportedly expressed dissatisfaction over the government's move to bring the ordinance on National Assembly election and said it is against the constitution. They said that they would now take initiatives on their own to resolve the issue as the government has turned a blind eye towards it. The meeting came at a time when the Left Alliance has won a landslide victory in the recently held polls, and political parties including the ruling Nepali Congress are having differences over some provisions of electing the National Assembly in Nepal.
Rare manuscripts were put on display for visitors at a museum in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The exhibition aimed to attract visitors and make them aware about the rich heritage of the valley.
Department of Archaeology and Archives displayed a special collection of manuscripts at an exhibition in India's northern Kashmir province. Rare manuscripts were put on display for visitors at a museum in Srinagar city to attract visitors and make them aware about the rich heritage of the valley. The exhibition showcased approximately 80,000 artifacts ranging from rare coins, sculptures, unique paintings and other items.
जो भी हमारे पास ये लाइव हिस्ट्री है, जो भी हमारे पास आर्टिफैक्ट्स हैं, वो डेट अगर हम देखेंगे उनके डेट वो 500 BC से है। 5 मार्क कॉइन्स जो हमारे पास यहाँ पे है, तो हमारा म्यूज़ियम 500 BC से ही स्टार्ट होता है।
ये बहुत ही अच्छा है, मतलब एक कश्मीरी स्टूडेंट के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा है। एक स्कूल्स के मतलब एग्जीबिशन यहाँ होने चाहिए क्योंकि हमें नई चीज़ देखने को मिलती है जो आपने अपने पीछे मतलब पिछले ज़माने में नहीं देखी है। बहुत सारी अच्छी है क्योंकि इसमें बच्चों को हिस्ट्री के बारे में मालूम हो सकता है कि अपने कश्मीर की हिस्ट्री के बारे में जो हमें यहाँ देखने को मिल रहा है।
Students visiting the museum appreciated the initiative as they got to know about the history of the valley through the artifacts. The museum was established in 1898 on the banks of River Jhelum of the province and houses rare artifacts and historic items dating back to 500 BC.
Hindu devotees thronged a temple in India's southern coastal town of Rameshwaram on Tuesday to offer prayers on the occasion of transitioning of planet Saturn. The transition takes place after every 2.5 years.
Scores of Hindu devotees thronged a temple in India's southern Rameshwaram town on the occasion of Shani Peyarchi, or transition of the planet Saturn, on Tuesday. Shani Peyarchi marks the transition of Saturn from Scorpio sun sign to Sagittarius. The transition takes place after every 2.5 years. The devotees paid obeisance to Hindu Lord Shani, who represents Saturn, and prayed for planetary peace and harmony.
பரிகாரங்கள் நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. 27 நட்சத்திரங்கள் குடங்கள் வைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. 12 ராசிகளுக்கு குடங்கள் வைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. 9 நவக்கிரகங்களுக்கு குடங்கள் வைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. மேலே சூரியனுக்காக ஒரு தனி குடங்கள் வைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. சனீஸ்வரனுக்காக ஒரு தனி குடங்கள் வைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. இந்த குடங்களில் எல்லாம் வேத விற்பனர்களை கொண்டு அவர்களுக்கு எல்லா வகையான வேதங்களையும் அந்த குடத்திலே நிரப்பி புனித நீர்களை எல்லாம் உள்ளே நிரப்பி இன்று வழிபாடுகள் செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். அத்தனை பேருக்கும்.
In Hindu mythology, Lord Shani is known as the greatest trouble giver as well as the greatest well-wisher. Devotees believe that offering prayers to Lord Shani on this day reduces the negative effect of the planet Saturn and ushers planetary peace.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Work on India's first undersea tunnel for bullet train gathers pace in Mumbai city. High Court restrains accountability court from proceedings against Pakistan's former finance minister. And Afghanistan welcomes US President Trump's new security strategy. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.